Attention Chicago Bears fans. Everyone's talking about that veteran QB making a comeback, but there's a much bigger threat lurking. And trust me, this could shake up everything for our team. And if you thought the bad news stopped there, one of our key receivers missed practice today. And no, we're not talking about Jenkins. Yep, another crucial player might be in danger of missing the next game. Finally, stats don't always tell the whole story. DJ Moore hasn't blown up like we expected. But hold up, there's a reason behind his slow start that could change everything. What looks like a slump might actually be a sign of something much more promising for the Bears offense. Listen up, Chicago Bears fans, because what's about to happen this Sunday is absolutely crucial. Do you really think the whole issue is Andy Dalton, the Red Rifle, making his return? I'm telling you, there's way more at stake here. Sure, the veteran QB is back starting for the Panthers, and yeah, we know him well from his time with the Bears, but is he really the biggest threat? I don't think so. The Panthers have a running back who's tearing through defenses, a receiver who can burn you with his speed, and an offensive line that's protecting like their lives depend on it. Are we ready to face that? Because if we're not, this game could get ugly real fast. Now let me ask you, do we really have what it takes to stop Chuba Hubbard? This isn't just any running back. He's averaging over 5 yards per carry. And don't give me that, oh, he's just a running back line. I'm telling you, if we don't shut him down early, we're going to spend the afternoon chasing the ball. Our team has shown weaknesses in the trenches, and this guy is ready to blow up any gaps we leave. Are we really going to let them run all over us in our own house? And don't forget about Deontay Johnson. This receiver is a bullet. His catch percentage might not be perfect, but who wants to risk letting this guy have a big day? I'm telling you, he's the kind of player that if we let him loose, he's going to make us pay. He's got the speed and moves to shake up our secondary, and if we're not careful, it's going to be a long day. Can we stop him? That remains to be seen. But what concerns me the most is this. Are we underestimating Andy Dalton? I know he's not the most dynamic QB we've seen, but this guy's been through it all. He's seen every coverage, and if we don't pressure him, if we don't make him uncomfortable, he's going to pick our defense apart. We've seen him do it before. It happened to us back in 2021. Dalton's one of those quarterbacks that, if you let him settle in, he'll burn you. But here's the catch. If we attack him, if we put the pressure on, he makes mistakes. We saw it when he played for us, and we've seen it this year with the Panthers. Can we capitalize on that? I think we can, but it's going to take an extra push from our defensive line. We need more pressure, more hits, and we've got to make him feel the heat of Soldier Field. And if that wasn't enough, we've still got to deal with a solid offensive line that's going to do everything they can to protect Dalton. Will Montez Sweat be up for the challenge against Taylor Moton? I sure hope so, because if we give Dalton time, it's going to be a tough afternoon. So, what does this mean for the Bears? It means this game isn't just about a veteran QB we know well. We're up against a team that's on the rise, finding their rhythm, and loaded with weapons that can do some serious damage. But let me tell you this. If we can make the Panthers one-dimensional, if we stop the run and put pressure on Dalton, then we've got a real shot at controlling the game. And that's exactly what we need to do. Attention, Chicago Bears fans. Here we are, gearing up to face Carolina on Sunday. And guess what? Today's practice left us with more questions than answers. Where are our key players? Tevin Jenkins is out with injured ribs. All right, we knew that. But what's going on with DeAndre Carter, our wide receiver and return specialist? He's also out with a rib injury. Now let me ask you, how is it that right before a crucial game, we're losing not just a starting guard, but also a key player in our passing game and special teams? I'm telling you, this is a big blow for the Bears. And to make matters worse, Matt Eberflus, our head coach, didn't commit to anything. We're going to look at all combinations, he said. Oh, sure. Like it's not important to know who's going to be blocking on the offensive line or who's going to handle kick returns. Shouldn't we be more concerned about the lack of stability on this team? I think we should. And speaking of the offensive line, we don't know if Nate Davis is going to replace Jenkins on the right side, or if Matt Pryor will have to hold down the left like he did in the win against the Rams. Let me ask you, fans, are we really willing to keep improvising in such a critical position like the offensive line? We can't afford breakdowns there if we want Justin Fields to have any chance of executing. If Jenkins doesn't play, we've got a real problem on our hands. Who's going to protect our quarterback? I'm telling you, the right combination on the offensive line is not something we should be scrambling to figure out halfway through the week. But it doesn't stop there. Defensive end Jacob Martin is still on injured reserve. He's been out since training camp. And yeah, they have the chance to open his return window. But honestly, with so many key players out, how are we supposed to improve the defense in time for Sunday? I'm seriously asking, who's going to pressure the opposing quarterback if we're still missing critical pieces? I'm telling you, fans, this is a make-or-break moment for the Bears. We're heading into a game we should win, but with so many starters out or banged up, this is getting more complicated than it should be. If the Bears don't get it together and find a way to manage these injuries, we could be facing more than just a loss. We could be losing control of our season. Are you telling me that DJ Moore has had a slow start and fans are worried? I'm telling you this. Chill out. Yes, I said it. Chill out. Now, let me ask you, what do you prefer, flashy stats or a complete balanced team? Sure, DJ Moore hasn't put up the explosive numbers we saw in 2023, but that's not a bad thing. In 2024, the Chicago Bears have something they didn't have last year: more options on offense. We're no longer reliant on a single player, and that, my friends, is a sign that the team has improved in the long run. Has DJ Moore lost his touch? I'm telling you, not at all. It's not that Moore is struggling, it's that the ball is being distributed among more players. We have a young Rome Odunze who's already shown he can put up a 100-yard game. K-Met is still a threat on the field, and now we have Keenan Allen back, who is healthy and ready to contribute. So yes, DJ Moore isn't carrying the entire load of the offense, but that's a good thing. Why? Because it means we now have a more complete offense, harder to stop. And that, my friends, is fantastic news for the Bears. But let's be clear. What's going on between Caleb Williams and DJ Moore? I'm telling you, at this point, we can't place all the blame on DJ. We're talking about a rookie QB who's learning the ins and outs of the NFL and adapting to Shane Waldron's system. Have there been disconnects? Absolutely. Caleb has missed some plays where Moore was wide open. That's undeniable. But what I'm saying is this: that's going to change. As Caleb Williams continues to gain experience and confidence in the system, those errors are going to decrease. And when that happens, I assure you DJ Moore is going to start burning defenses on deep plays, just like he did in 2023. Look, I get the concern. You see the stats? You see DJ Moore with just 22 receptions for 189 yards and think, what's going on? But let's put that in perspective. We're 2-2 this season, and unlike last year when Moore had to make heroic plays to keep us in games, now we have more players contributing to the team's success. That's the difference between a team relying on one player and a team with a multifaceted offense that can hurt you in many ways. But keep an eye out, because this is just the beginning. As the season progresses, the connection between Williams and Moore is only going to strengthen, and when that happens, DJ Moore is going to be that monster breaking defenses again. But this time, with a complete team that can win games without depending on just one player. So friends, are you ready for what's coming? I believe you are. Bears Nation, after everything we've analyzed, I want to know your thoughts. Do you trust that our defense can stop the Panthers and force Dalton to make mistakes like he did when he played for us? Your answer is crucial to understanding how we face this challenge. Also, with the injuries we're dealing with, the question is inevitable. Do you think the Bears have what it takes to overcome these absences and secure a win against Carolina? Or do you think these blows will cost us dearly? Share your thoughts. I want to read them. Finally, here's the big question for true fans. Would you rather see DJ Moore shine with a 150-yard, 3-touchdown game even if we lose? Or would you prefer a more balanced team where everyone contributes to win like a true complete team? Comment below. Your opinion is incredibly important for this community. Before I wrap up, I invite you to join this amazing family of Chicago Bears news fans, where we share our passion for this team in every victory and every challenge. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any news and be part of the most passionate conversation about the Bears. See you in the next video, and bear down.